Hi everyone, it's Alex, and today I'm doing the small Booktuber tag. I was tagged by Michelle at ChallengeThyShelf, and I feel like now is a good time to really do this tag, or it was a nice coincidence being tagged right now, just because I realized it's been a little over 6 months since I joined Booktube. And the first prompt of this tag is to introduce myself, and as you guys know, I always introduce myself in every video, and by saying my name is Alex. Most of you already know also by this point, if you've been watching my videos, that I'm a recent graduate of English literature with my master's degree. But a few other things would include that apparently I'm an INFJ in the Myers-Briggs test. I recently became an uncle, and my nephew's name is Jude, and when my sister told me that, I immediately thought of A Little Life, and I took some pause and just thought of that book. And lastly, as of yesterday, my roommate gave me these stickers of Leslie Knope with strong opinions on the NRA, and I can't really think of where to put these. So if you have suggestions, probably not on my car, because I live in West Virginia, so I don't want anyone to ram into my car. So moving on to prompt 2, it's asking how long I've been on Booktube, and I just mentioned that it's been a little over 6 months. Although I have technically been active on Booktube as a viewer for the past 3 or 4 years. The third prompt here says, what types of videos do I make? When I first read this prompt, I initially thought of book reviews because I do like making book reviews, and I thought I made more than I have right now, but I think I only have 4 or 5 for specific books, but I know I give quicker reviews of my wrap-ups, and I really like doing wrap-ups because I like to compare sort of my reading in a month. I think it's I like it whenever I'm able to sort of bounce off different books I've recently read. Prompt 4 asks what do I love about Booktube? For me, I think I really actually like how people interpret what it means to talk about a book. I've seen some videos talk about sort of book to movie adaptations, which I think is really interesting, and sort of poking at the inconsistencies there or the similarities. And I also love anytime a booktuber sort of assesses or analyzes a specific author and context, so maybe giving a brief history of their whole work and what their work means to them, the booktuber, and getting to know more about that author. And for me, for Booktube, I also love, really with anyone for the idea, because we're all doing Booktube voluntarily. The majority of us aren't making money by doing this or anything. And I'm definitely that type of person that loves to just chat or sit with someone and have them talk on and on about what they're passionate about or what their interests are. And for me, that's the exact same as watching booktubers. I enjoy that it feels like I'm just in the room with them and I just get to listen to them talk for really as long as I get to choose because of playing the videos. And then of course, the obvious one is that Booktube, it's such an embracing and welcoming community. If you happen to be watching as maybe a small booktuber yourself, just starting out, I would recommend, just keep making content and always, interact with other booktubers. I find that very fun, and just getting to talk to everyone. Everyone is so nice. So even with me, if you have never commented before on my videos, feel free to. I'd love to look at your channel or whatever content you're interested in. The fifth prompt here is, what types of books do I read? I would say definitely the first thing I tell people is just literary fiction, so very character-driven stories. And then also I would say right after that probably memoir or nonfiction. And this isn't really a category, but if I ever find out a favorite book from a friend or something, or if someone recommends me a book that they think I'll specifically like, I'll kind of ditch my TBR and immediately read that book, because to me that's the same as someone bringing up you have to watch this movie, or here's something really special to me and I want your opinion or your take on it. I don't know why, but I just love when people share things like that. So the types of books I read, I put a lot of high priority in anything a friend or somebody recommends to me. The next prompt asks, what's a video that's my favorite? And this is cheating because I think I'm going to juggle between two, but I do have a video where I gave a book review on The Idiot by Elif Botman, and for me, I think that's my favorite, or one, like my, between the other one I'm going to talk about. The reason it's one of my favorites is because I feel like that was my most concise review, where I felt like I was presenting an argument or an analysis that I really liked. And I love that book as well. So if you haven't read The Idiot, I highly recommend it. And then my other video would be my birthday video, where I give books that I felt reflected years in my life. I love meditating on that kind of stuff in retrospect. So those two videos I'd say are my favorite. And so the last prompt here is to tag other small booktubers, and the first person I would like to tag is Bruno, and that's just his channel name as well. But Bruno, I followed him on Goodreads for a while, and then I found out he just made a channel maybe within last month or maybe almost a couple months ago, I'm not really sure, but I love his takes on books and how he describes them, and I always really liked how he reviewed them on Goodreads too, so I'll leave his channel down below. Another person I have here that I like to tag is Hannah from SnowWhiteAndTheSevenShelves. Hannah is so much fun. Her videos, they always make me laugh, and she's so inventive and innovative with her ideas, and I also love that sometimes her mom helps her with her videos. It's like so wholesome. It's like a wholesome book meme, but not a meme, but just like, you know, I feel good. I feel good watching Hannah's content. And lastly, I have May at May Cho. May and I have been Booktube friends for a few months now, and she's so nice. And I love, for June, she made her own readathon inspired by Fun Home by Alison Bechdel. And I love her take on that too, because she's like basing the readathon on the, like, that whole book, but just different versions of Alison Bechdel throughout her life and what books might correspond with that. So May, if you're watching, I tag you, and if you guys don't know May, I highly recommend checking out her channel as well. That was the small booktuber tag. Like I said, I've been on Booktube now for a little over half a year, and I really didn't think I would, well, for one, I'm surprised that I've made as much content as I have. I thought it would feel a lot harder than it was. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad you guys are here. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.